Fix. Oh, hello. It worked.
Did it? Oh,
Hey, how are you?
good. I can't see it yet, but you got it on your phone, did you?
I'm live here. So we've got today's topic, guys, Zooming for real estate,
Working.
conferencing for the workforce, something we've always been a bit gun shy about and something we've been forced to do in the last week or two. So we thought we'd tell you how we do it in the real estate industry and how we utilize it, how it doesn't work and how it works.
Yeah, exactly. I think even though we've been using it pretty solidly for a year now, we haven't really implemented it as much as we probably could in in the actual business. And I think now is going to be a good shift to do so, because I think we could, because face to face is always good. It's probably always better, but I think there's the occasional time. I think we could use it more. We could use Zoom instead of an SMS. We could use Zoom as an addition when we're going to a client's property, just to say, hey, look what we're doing.
Yep.
We find Zoom far better than like your FaceTime or your Skyping. And that's probably through trial and error over the last, year. So
We've sort of tried everything, and for anyone who's a big fresh and green, Zoom is a piece of conferencing software. Now you'll probably see on the bottom left of the screen a Zoom icon.
Yep.
Bottom right of your screen, you'll probably see a Zoom icon, so you can identify if people are using Zoom. So we're using Zoom, and we're using Zoom for Facebook. So when we're in there, we're actually integrated into our Facebook, but you don't have to do that. So the benefit of it is if two people want to meet face to face, a rock solid piece of software is Zoom. Other pieces of software, Michael, FaceTime.
FaceTime, and even just iPhone to iPhone. The FaceTime, is that what you mean? FaceTime through
Yep,
iPhone?
FaceTime through iPhone. WhatsApp will do video conferencing.
Yes.
As well. Now, the nice thing that we find about Zoom is we can record the session.
Yes.
So if we're doing a routine inspection of a property with a client and we've zoomed over to the client, we can actually record that session.
Yep.
And we can actually supply it back to. So if we've done a routine inspection with a tenant, which we're starting to do these days because tenants won't let us through the property, we're doing a routine inspection. So it's the property manager at their desk, it's the tenant at their home, moving through the house on request, and then we can record that clip in Zoom and we can supply that clip to our clients, our landlords.
And it syncs with Facebook to do the live stream. So you may be thinking it's sort of the best of all of them. There may be one better to do the private sessions, but if you want one platform that can do the private sessions, but then also do multiple users and go to Facebook, this is the one to use. And it takes probably 10 minutes to set up. You've got to have, if you want to go to Facebook, you've got to have a laptop or a desktop. I haven't seen it being able to do it from your mobile. Is that the same with you, Mark?
Yeah, I think you could be on the other end receiving the conference, but I think transmitting the conference, I'm not an expert. I don't know. I don't think so. But I think in today's session, for example, everyone, Michael has requested me into the Zoom meeting, and I'm actually on my mobile.
Yeah, you just get a link. You don't have to have anything pre-downloaded prior or jump through any hoops. I set it up under the head account. I send Mark a link and we're good to go. And the person who starts the conversation has the option where on your desktop, there's 3 buttons. You can go live on Facebook, and then here we are, which is very vital when you want to get it across. So I think this will be rolled out more and more as time goes on as well.
Oh man, I reckon Zoom's making so much money at the moment. I think they've just exploded with video conferencing. And I think as a result, internet has exploded because there's a lot of video being transmitted. I know Zoom has the ability, I think, to conference with up to 50 or 60 users at once.
Yeah, it's huge. It's huge. So you can get your whole team in it. You can do it all. And I think we were fortunate to be ahead of the curve even before Facebook stopped, because before Facebook used to do this. And Luke, I know you're a big user of the Facebook. What do we call it? What was it called? Facebook. When you, I don't know, when you
I
could
was
click
called
on Facebook.
Facebook.
They used to have this option, and then they stopped it. And I know Luke and I, we speculated that maybe they're going to be coming out with a product like it, or they bought Zoom, or who knows. But it's phenomenal. You can change your backgrounds as well. So you don't know if you're somewhere where you don't want someone to see the background, you can do what Mark's done as well for the savvy background, or you just have a plain white wall behind. So really easy to use. I think
I'm sitting in my car, and you can't see around me, and I've pushed up this. So I googled this background, and then Zoom has a setting called virtual background.
Yes.
And then I push up this virtual background. And the reason I do the virtual backgrounds more so is our videos get more interaction, because visually people can see what the video is about, as well as a normal title. They can see the image, and they go, oh, yep, that's of interest to me. And I think at the moment it's of interest to a lot of bloody people, because people want a video conference from home.
Yeah, 100%. Like Luke said, Zooming is broom broom. Andrew Cole, 100 is the max in Zoom. Okay, 100 people.
Oh, really? Okay, that's interesting. So at the moment, guys and girls, you can see two people on your screen, Michael and I. Zoom has the ability to get up to 100 people on one screen. That is insane.
So if you're an employer and you've got 50 staff and they're all working remotely, and you want a quick way to communicate with them, but not by SMS. We're used to group chats with SMS with 10, 20, 30 people, and you can distribute a message or a voice memo. But if you actually want to have a conversation and get feedback, imagine what you can do. You set up the meeting, and it's not like you have to send it to 50 people. Let's say you've got that group chat with the 100 people in it. You copy the one link and everyone jumps on it. So from a user, you're not sitting there for an hour going invite, and it will almost be quicker to go see them. So it's really, really user friendly. We've got, g'day Nikki, welcome aboard. Michael, I think where else would this be? This would be, I think Facebook Lives, if you add a property, Mark, they already let you download it. So I don't think you would use it there like how we do it on a private appointment. But I'm just trying to think, where's a good way? Customer to customer.
So what's the question?
You know how we do our Facebook Lives and then we save the video and then we put it on Instagram and LinkedIn?
Yeah.
I'm thinking if Zoom replace that, but I think that feature is pretty good for that use because you can download the video as well.
Yeah, I think, for video conferencing, it's the best. It's just the best. And it seems to be everyone's testing all different products. I think if you're looking for multiple people to conference with, if you're looking for that session to be recorded, if you're looking for ease of use, where that if the person that you're inviting into the conference isn't particularly savvy on different products, that link that you're referring to, that Michael's referring to, guys, is basically as soon as Michael opens up Zoom and starts a meeting in Zoom with himself, it basically says, would you like to invite?
Yep.
And then Michael grabs that invite and SMSs it to me,
or emails it to me,
WhatsApps it to me,
yes,
Telegrams it to me. So he'll basically use, he'll get that link out. Now, as soon as the user clicks on that link, irrelevant to what they've got open, irrelevant to what apps they have or don't have, irrelevant to what device they're on, it'll launch straight into the conference. And then that brings both parties together. Another thing that Zoom does that you may love, guys, is screen sharing.
Yeah.
So Michael,
I'll test it now.
So have a go.
So you see how we've got our operation up. Let me share that. It takes a little bit to sync. So you can see I've got Zoom open and I've got Facebook open where I can see your comments. So
Zoom's up a little tab there, is it? Okay. So that's screen sharing on Zoom. And then you've got, so that's your laptop screen, Michael.
Yes. So if I was doing conferencing, I wanted to show a PDF to the staff or discuss a memo that's going out, maybe about coronavirus, we can bring it up here. Everyone sees it just like you can now. It looks quite trippy because you got screen on screen.
Yep.
But that's how that works. And I think that's one of the biggest things about it. But just want
So,
to...
Michael, if you called the buyer and you wanted to talk a buyer through a property, you could bring up our website, just like what you did there.
Okay.
So you could have a commercial client calling about 377 Sydney Road.
Opening up that web book. Look at this now. Okay. So I'm speaking to a buyer because they don't want to leave the house. They don't want to inspect the property either. But
they want to buy it, but they don't want to leave their house.
Yeah. So look at this, guys. So these are great new web books we're using. Let me know when that comes up, Mark. I'll put it full screen.
Yep, it's up.
Look at that. Yep. So here's the web book. Close that.
So you can talk to the client about, this is the location. Upstairs, there's the 1 bedroom. Downstairs, there's the shop.
Yep.
I'm going to send the link to you now.
With this, guys.
Those two handsome fellas.
Look at this. Got the video. Can you hear that as well, Mark?
Yep, clearly.
So that's really cool. Then you got, these are the great new web books we're using.
There's something RedTube. Yep.
Yeah.
So a floor plan, you can bring up the floor plan.
Yeah. Look at this.
Anyway, guys. So the big message in here is that video conferencing via Zoom for real estate.
We've done the hard work for you. We've trialed all of them over the past year. So no need to think. Basically, like, we'll share it in the real estate gym with the Tom Panos, all the members there. But basically, you don't need to do any work. Use this platform. We're not sponsored by them. Don't be like, we don't care.
How much does it cost?
No idea. Don't know. Don't know. I think it's free. Okay. I don't know.
Yeah, I think for most part it's free.
We pay. I think if you want to post, it may. We
pay. We get the pro version, which is about $67 a month.
Yes.
But I think that allows you to take logos off. It allows you to record. It allows you to have, I think, use more users. Yep. So there's just that little bit of flexibility. But for anyone going on, don't pay for it. Get on, have a play, see what you need and don't need. And then if you need to get that paid version, get that paid version. But video conferencing, wow, how life's changed. I used to feel like a geek asking people to video conference. Now I feel it's totally normal.
100%. And the point of this video is to help you get to not disrupt your business. Like, Mark, how much time have we spent trial and error, downloading all these wacky apps and video things and just spending hours on them, and
microphones and cameras and blah, 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 blah. Now, another thing, guys, where something we haven't spoken about, we've spoken about hardware, we've spoken about software, we've spoken about Zoom and stuff like that. But I think mental angst or shyness or reluctance or scared of technology is a big part, is probably maybe even a bigger part than anything we've spoken about.
Yeah.
We had a meeting at the start with the crew yesterday morning. Now, what we fortunately did as a business about a year ago is we asked all of our property managers, leasing clerks, or actually probably 4 years ago, to do routine inspections videos front on, like we are, like front on, face to camera, not just face to camera, face 30 centimeters away from camera. And our property managers and leasing officers would go out. Believe it or not, we've done over 30,000 videos.
Yeah.
And
YouTube. Is that correct?
All uploaded to YouTube. So they're all private links. So the great thing with YouTube is it allows you to store as much video content as you want, private or public. It does not matter. They just love the data.
Yeah.
So what that actually did, without us realizing, we then started to, actually, I'll get to this in a sec, but we then took it the next level. We said to all the property officers and leasing clerks, leasing officers, guys, when at the end of every open house on a Saturday, we want you to do a live report and we're going to SMS that to the tenants. So then next thing you know, these guys were not only just doing videos for routine inspections, they were doing live videos on Facebook, on their Facebook account. Now, at the same time, sales reps are pretty confident guys and girls anyway, but still some of them don't like to do live video, believe it or not. They started doing these same live videos. Now, as a result, in our company, not many people are gun shy to get on camera. And I do want to say, because we are talking about video conferencing, we are talking about how to video conference from home, we are talking about how to Zoom. I do have to say, don't be gun shy on putting a camera 30 centimeters away from your face, straight on. You will get used to it after a long period or a short period, but you will get used to it.
Lisa says it perfectly. She just says, you will look stupid, but it's okay. Isn't it? Or something along those lines. Don't be afraid to look stupid. It's everyone looks bad. You don't have to look
look, I think if you look at your Zoom video and think you've got great, you're a bit of a tosser. I think that every single video I look at, I think I look like an idiot. And I don't think that changes. I think that you may get more used to that feeling, but you're still going to have that feeling, guys and girls. So video conferencing, Zoom conferencing, or anything like that, just get used to bad facial, bad hair, bad angle,
bad lighting.
A problem that I have with being on video, live video, stuff like that, is I use a lot of and the only way I could stop that was just by doing more and more. I couldn't.
Yeah, hope you're well. Hello. Hi, Bruno.
Who's that?
Well, and Gina. Hey, Catherine.
Hey, Catherine. How are you, Lee? So yeah, video conferencing. Actually, that's good for Catherine as well. With she's got rental property, so we can go through her property and do a live walkthrough. She can tell us to turn left, right, inside, outside, backyard, front yard, and all that stuff. It's Zoom conferencing, guys. Get onto it, download it, get the app. It would be good if you can, with Zoom conferencing, you can actually put your name on the screen. So I think
I've got Novak. You can have Mark. So
yeah. But I think for that you have to have a login.
Yeah.
So join up free with Zoom. They're an American company. Get an account. Get the app as well. You know what? Just set yourself up for it, because I can guarantee you it's not dying, and I can guarantee you're going to find a reason to use it. I'm putting changing the gate on the front of my house, and I had two guys this morning at 7 o'clock talking about the gate. Realistically, I could have had those two guys could have sat in their homes, and we could have had the identical meeting about a gate. You know what I mean? About the gates where the car goes through, vehicle gate. So it can save a lot of time. That's 3 wages for because they would have taken an hour to get to me, an hour to get home, 15 minutes for the meeting. That's 2.5 hours. That's two guys. That's 5 hours. My time, half an hour. That could have saved 2.5 mine. 6 hours of labor could have been reduced to 15 minutes to one meeting of 15 minutes just from a Zoom meeting.
Michael Edwards has brought up a question mark saying, guys, on a serious note, can we do something about mental health? I know a lot of real estate agents are struggling and concerned at the moment. A lot of people know it's okay to reach out to others. Yep, we can. I think, especially from an agent's point of view, and a business owner, Mark, especially we don't know what the government's going to happen at the moment. And I think people's attitudes on Saturday, Sunday I think it was a little bit more calmer when there was Tom Panos did a Zoom meeting with the head of Real Estate Institute, and basically said we can still operate, but how people went from Saturday, Sunday thinking no working. And also, even I know there's a lot of talk, we don't know what's going to happen with rents. The backbone of a lot of real estate offices, it's the rental income. But what happens if rent doesn't have to get paid for a month and there's no income? So maybe we can touch on that, Mark, and just a little bit from that.
Now,
Yeah, guys, what's it? I think
Oh, look, guys, I think,
maybe Thursday after the once we know what's going to happen, because at the
yeah,
moment,
but you know, maybe we'll have a session about it. We'll do a show about it tomorrow. Anxiety,
great point,
depression.
Michael. Thank you. Yeah,
I
very
wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind bringing Michael in on a Zoom meeting on it tomorrow if you're up for it, Michael.
yeah.
And just throwing it around. It is big, and I think there's I think this sort of environment can create anxiety, and I think this sort of environment can create people to be depressed. I do think we have to. It is something to openly talk about, because they're two emotions that are perfectly okay to feel. But how we deal with those emotions in these times is very important topic. So let's dedicate a show to that tomorrow.
Yeah, because a lot of people, Mark, have built a wonderful sales business in real estate, but if the sales stop, the income stops, they may not have the rent roll to support that. So I know ever since I joined real estate, everyone said the backbone is the rent roll because it keeps on turning. But there are a lot of people out there who only have a sales business and sort of always dismiss that as well. And I think with my call, I did a lot of calls yesterday, about 200 to commercial buyers, and a lot of it was a lot different to how the residential team are at the moment, where a lot of the residential team, there are a lot of buyers out there who have sold and have to buy. They're stressing. They want to get into a property. And a lot of the commercial guys were a little bit like, we'll wait and see. It's more of a leisure. Mark, you said it a lot lately, the necessity stuff versus, what do you say? Like,
Essential.
yeah, necessity v essential. A home to live in, if you have sold your property, is essential. Buying a second investment property or a third or a fifth is not essential. So there's a bit of an arm wrestle there's a bit of that transition even within the real estate. Like there's markets within markets within markets at the moment. So,
You know what, and this is entertaining what Michael's talking about. I think that we got to keep our eye on the pie. And I think the eye on the pie, I can guarantee you, after this is over, we're a better place.
100%.
And I know it's hard to get. I know it's going to be very, very hard to get on the other side of the mountain. Super hard, harder than we've ever known. But I'm 100% sure, guarantee, inspired, and look forward to being on the other side of the mountain, because I think we're going to be a better race, a better people, more appreciative. We're going to value, our values are going to be completely different to what our values were in 2019. So 2021 is going to be a year of new values, and a better world. So how we get there is the tough one.
Hand sanitizer, same thing. I know Lisa's been a germaphobe forever, always had her bottles, and she said it the other day, going, well, now I don't feel weird. Like she always had her little bottles and everywhere. And now with what's happened, she goes, now, like, she was ahead of the curve. But before, people looked at it like, you weirdo germaphobe. But now it's going to be like, no, you're considerate. You're considerate for your own health and others. It's not just the germs on our hands and what it's what we do to others. We're a very touchy community.
Yeah, we are. We are, especially the Italians.
Yes.
So, all right. Well, that's a take. And tomorrow we're going to have a talk about anxiety, depression in the COVID-19 environment. But today's session, our takeouts were what?
So embrace technology. You will look silly or feel you look silly, but embrace it. Get onto it. Use Zoom. We've trialed and errored it for the last year. We feel it's the best all-round platform. So if you're hearing everyone saying doing video conferencing, get on it. Just get on Zoom, do an account, and start using it as well.
Get uncomfortable.
Yeah, be comfortable being uncomfortable. That's the biggest tip.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Thanks, legend.
Questions will be on.
See you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.